Another thing I want to bring up is terms of service, something that mostly the pro-moderator crowd brings up. And the problem with this is that this implies that terms of service are actually legitimate. They aren't. You can talk to any attorney about that and they will tell you that is not a real contract. Real contracts involve something is given in return. And there is nothing given in return for following the terms of service. It's either do this or you go without. That's quite different from some kind of mutual agreement and bond that keeps both individuals profiting. So not only is it's not a legitimate contract, but it's not even enforced or in any way used legitimately. Take for example how terms of service are usually enormously vague and exceedingly long. This is done on purpose, because that way anyone and everyone is breaking the terms of service at all times. So if something is incapable of being followed, then it's not anything. It's not any kind of documented proof that you agreed to something or that you have some kind of liability to follow these guidelines. You are in no way responsible for something that cannot possibly be done. It is impossible. And what makes it worse is that they don't enforce it equally. So if they're not going to enforce it equally, and it's impossible to enforce to begin with, what are you getting at? This is actually in American law. There is a law called Aaron's Law. A-A-R-O-N law. Aaron's Law. And this essentially means that no terms of service is bound to the law, precisely because they are not smart enough to document their terms of service in a legitimate and lawful way. It is not written like a contract. It is not written like a legal document. It is purely just the circle jerking of moderators. And therefore, nobody is bound to it. So, when you see a terms of service, you are not agreeing to anything. You are basically just being threatened from the start. You're essentially being threatened that if you do anything to piss off the moderator, you're gone. You don't have to listen to that. You don't even have to put up with that. That's grounds to shoot somebody over. So, just wipe your ass with the terms of service. But if you want to be a pseudo-intellectual about it and rub it in their face, feel free to read it and then, push it back on them. Show them just exactly how ridiculous it is right before you shoot them. So, that is my second installment of why we don't need to put up with moderators anymore. And we really need to do something about this, because it's only going to get worse. And I, for one, am sick of it. I'm sick of the way I get treated. I'm sick of the way everybody else gets treated. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to put up with it 1 minute longer. So, that's just my second installment.